Should we like recap for the viewers?
Yeah, let's recap.
Well then, for those of you listening,
I'm covering theory, phenomenon, and classification.
basically what's going on is the assumption of the nature of reality. Do we exist? Do we not? It's up to you. However, we're gonna proceed with this intellectual conversation with Galaxy. It's right there. And the Depths one. Mediated by myself, Bliss. Anywho, for those of you listening, this is what's going on. Einstein was a real cool guy, easy to get along with. However,
complex.
Yes. How dare you? That's an understatement.
Is it?
Yes.
Well, how would you describe him?
Me?
Yeah.
Shit. Einstein.
One word.
If he were living, like if he was living.
Not now. How would you? I just described him as I thought as he was. I figured him to be complex. Maybe that's an understatement to you.
No, I understand what you're.
But how would you describe him as?
Just elegant. Like I mean.
Elegant.
Elegant. Like.
Alright.
But his wife took care of him the whole time.
His cousin.
Oh, his cousin.
Was his wife. But that's still his wife.
His cousin was his wife.
Oh, I see.
Elsa. Einstein was doing really good. He was blowing up. Scientists were like discovering like Einstein, whatever crumbs he left on the table, scientists were like discovering indirectly. Oh, we discovered that. Oh, I guess Einstein was right. Gravity does influence light. And a perfect example of that is like, do y'all keep up with the news?
Mildly, yes.
Well then, did y'all keep up with like when in India they were having a solar total eclipse when the moon penetrates the sun?
Mm-hmm.
So it's like the sun, the moon, and the earth. So we're in the shadow. Like we're in the shadow. The moon comes through. Okay, but do you understand why?
The eclipse happens?
Yes. I mean,
honestly, I can't say.
It's one thing to say that like I saw it.
I understand what it is to observe an eclipse, and when the eclipse happens, people talk about it, but I don't really know.
Okay, well, like
why it happens and what.
No,
happens
like
after.
you're cool. Like I mean, like this is what's going on in the scientific community. It's exciting, it's exciting to see the moon penetrate the earth, the sun's fucking, the rays and all that, like whatever, light. It's exciting because like, we're still getting, human existence is so, it's in its infancy. Like you, me, David. Like it's embarrassing because like the Greeks did a fucking dope job in like fucking classifying. Oh, that's Venus. And like and that's Jupiter. Oh, well, Galileo would like confirm that one, but like besides the point. That's Mars and blah blah. And like what's cool is like damn like didn't have
the technology we have now.
Like like Hubble telescope. I mean like really like this is technologies to them. Like so mind you like they were just as innocent as fucking thinking about playing tag. Wow. Like this is Venus. And they named it and excuse me. excuse me. It's like, wow, like really, like
It's amazing.
who knew it would proceed, you know, it would go on to this day, like to the now. Whereas
nowadays it's just like it's so much easier to do like a telescope, to look through a Hubble telescope and be able to see.
what's cool.
You get farther in space.
What's cool is like in 1970, Edwin Hubble telescope.
Mm-hmm.
Damn, like this is a dope story because like you gotta understand, like this is technology, like this is reality, like as it
as
is,
we
like,
perceive
like,
it.
as we perceive it, exactly as we perceive it. Like for Edwin to invite Einstein, like they met
in 1970.
1978 and 1968. My bad, 60s, late 60s. Don't quote me.
Who was the president at the time?
Maybe Reagan or maybe.
No way, 60s, late 60s. Shit, I don't know. Person who took over.
On a political standpoint, I couldn't
Richard Nixon.
I couldn't tell you, but I want to say
Nixon. That's what it was.
I'll take your word for it.
All points point to Nixon, like,
Nixon.
but don't quote me.
Well, you can look it up yourself.
Anywho, Einstein is he had to leave. He had to leave his place because this asshole wanted to kill him. Like this one dude, like he was like
Nixon. I mean, the fascist or the
fascist.
Okay, and this fascist, he wanted to
kill Einstein.
To kill Einstein.
And
Einstein's.
Well, whether comply with me or I will,
So it was a conformity battle.
Let me sidetrack.
Real quick.
Real quick. Let me recap. This one guy, right? He was like doing. He pretty much convinced everybody, like, what it boils down to. He convinced everybody. But however, you have the. I mean, don't quote me, but you have the scientific community. By then, we had already established that like light travels a certain distance. Like light, according to time ticks differently, like at different rates. For example, if I were to travel down the old Man River, time would travel differently. Like, for example, if I were
on the river.
Yeah, like if I were on a canoe and the river is just going.
Yeah.
It slows down. I'm like, when I get close to the shore, it slows down or whatever. But anyways, there's one asshole that it'd be fucking cool if he get rid of all the Jews,
Mm-hmm.
And I guess some guys are just, have the capacity to understand, like, hey, like, alright, whatever, I understand my, like my place in the universe, but I understand also, like, when I'm in danger.
Yeah.
But Einstein did what to escape this?
Well, Einstein, what's cool is, like, Einstein was receiving letters, hey, like, cause this. Okay, this is we're talking about a middle-aged Einstein, and a young Einstein gave us a theory of special relativity, which is the light, like light travels at different beats of time.
Mm-hmm.
And I can go on. Anyways, okay, and a middle-aged Einstein gave us the theory of general relativity, which basically reinterpreted space and time as a fabric.
Mm-hmm.
So you got a plan. I got a beer, and it'll sink, and and you have the cage apple, and it'll like orbit.
Here was a marker.
Like.
Kind of the Simpsons. When Homer goes to that third dimension.
Halloween special.
Goes to the third dimension and everything's kind of there. And
okay.
Homer tears.
Okay. You want to talk about third dimension? Okay, this is where it gets trickier. Like
in and then flash the talk.
cover it. Like make it black.
There you go. Now
Cool.
talk.
Cover everything. Cover it. Because we're making that transition.
Einstein was
Einstein is.
what was his type?
What was it?
What was his type?